So, as I'm sure you know, my name's Graham. I'm the HR manager here at Hang Seng Bank. And if we could start off this interview by you telling us a bit about yourself.
Okay, sure. I am majoring in Marketing and Information Systems in HKUST, and this is my final year, and I'm very interested in what I'm learning. I find marketing absolutely fascinating because, you know, it's all about studying human psychology and their consumer behavior and how marketers can manipulate that. And I think it's a great combination with information systems because right now we are cutting edge. We have cutting edge technology and techniques to analyze data or mine for data, and it's a great combination because, you know, companies like Facebook and Google have leveraged it in, you know, ways that they have, and they've achieved so much success. And I think every company needs to adopt their techniques at least. And I'm very passionate about what I'm studying, and I'm looking for opportunities in that area, and yeah, just paving my way, creating a career for myself there. And I've done several internships, and the past 4 years I've been going to school at the same time working, and I've tried to gain as much exposure as I can. So I've worked in various industries, I've worked in various job functions, and I have enjoyed my work, and it was all done to discover who I am or where my passion lies. And yep, if you have more questions about what jobs I've done, we can bring that up later on in the interview. I would call myself a sociable person. I'm an extrovert, but at the same time I value my personal space, so I enjoy activities like reading. I finished the 5 Game of Thrones books recently, and I'm just impatiently waiting for the last 2. I like watching films, and yeah, I'm sure you share the passion.
Absolutely, absolutely. Still waiting. Okay, thank you very much. Now, I'm interested because you mentioned a lot about information systems, about data mining. So what interests you in this management trainee position at a bank?
Okay, I'll answer that in 2 parts. So firstly, in a bank. Why in a bank? Because I don't actually have banking experience, and for the longest time I've avoided the banking industry. But I've been rethinking, and you know, we're in Hong Kong, it's the financial hub of Asia. There's just so much going on right now, and you know, we are neighboring China, and there's so many new opportunities, and I think it's definitely worth looking into it. And why this management trainee program is because, as I said, I've done various internships in different industries, in different positions. So I've done recruitment, I've done business intelligence, I've done operations intern, and I think for this management trainee program, in order to succeed, you really need to have a holistic view of the industry and the firm. And I think from my experience, I know how the different job functions work, and I know how they depend on each other. And I think for this position, that's what is most important or most crucial, is that the future leader or the future manager knows how to work the firm together, you know? Yeah.
Now, you said you weren't interested before. So why not? Why weren't you interested in working in a bank before?
You know, it's just a general sentiment right now among my generation, I guess. After the 2008 crisis, I think the general sentiment is a little negative towards these banking institutions. I think people are sick of people, these bankers making money out of money and just making the rich richer. But I realize there's no point crying about it from the outside, and the only way to change it is to actually go in. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
well, if you looked at our job ad, we're looking for somebody to bring about change. So this is another question I was going to ask you, is what change would you like to see at Hang Seng Bank?
So, you know, Hang Seng was recently in the news about the 50% cut in their profits, and they had to take out some risky investments in the mainland. And that's just the kind of change that I want to see. These subgrade loans, or this shouldn't be happening in the first place. And I think I can bring that fresh mindset to operate in a little more ethical way. At the same time, maintaining the values of the bank: integrity, transparency, financial strength, leadership, innovation. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, thank you. Now, I see that you have a lot of experiences, as you mentioned already, alluded to. And I'm interested, of all your experience, both work and volunteer, I'm interested to know which you feel, or what you feel is most valuable, and what was least valuable.
Okay. So the least valuable experiences, obviously, I've taken out of the CV, otherwise it would have been a very long list. But, even in the least valuable experiences, there's something to be learned. So in the past 4 years, apart from these jobs, I've also been teaching. It's been 4 years now that I've been teaching, and I've taught kids from ages 3 up till teenagers, kids going through puberty, all of that. So I'd say some of the skills I learned there aren't directly applicable to this MT program, but at the same time I value my time there in these schools and tuition centers. As for what was most valuable, I guess it's the internship that I'm doing right now at GlaxoSmithKline, yes. This is my longest held internship among all of them, and I started out small as a small potato, and I was given simple tasks to do, but I realized that I really liked the company and the values, and I asked my manager for more work, for more responsibility, accountability, and I've really been able to grow through this internship.
Okay. What feedback have you been given from your supervisor at Glaxo?
I'd say I have a very close relationship with my boss there, and she's very open about feedback, at least. So anything she thinks I can improve on, she tells me, or if I'm doing something right, then she praises me. So that's been great. I've taken up a lot of initiative. Any room of improvement I see, I bring it up. I tell my boss that, this is what we can do better. And I think she values that, and she let me work on projects on my own, which has been great. So she likes the initiative that I take. In terms of room for improvement, so she's told me that, this job or any job requires a lot of customer relationship management. So you need to know how to deal with your clients, and these clients can be difficult sometimes. It can be challenging to deal with them, and I am new to the work life, relatively. So sometimes, I used to get a little offended if somebody talked to me in the wrong way, or if they didn't show enough respect. And she said to let some of these things go, or to manage it differently. That is what I can do, and I've listened to her advice, and I think about it all the time.
Sure. Okay. Now, you might have heard about what happened yesterday. A little mishap at the Oscar ceremony, perhaps.
Yeah.
So, I wonder, PricewaterhouseCoopers was the accountancy firm who was in charge of that little debacle, and I wonder if you were the chairman of PwC, chairwoman, how would you deal with that situation?
I think PwC has dealt with it quite graciously. I mean, they came out, they took the responsibility, they apologized, and I think the audience does appreciate that kind of transparency. And I think I'd probably do the same. I mean, just be clear about it. Mistakes were made, and it happens. It happened at Miss Universe with Steve Harvey, and it happened again, and unfortunately, it happened. But as long as you reassure the public that it won't happen again, that's what's most important. To show the public that it was a one-time thing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. That's all the time we have for today.
All right.